Now we want to tell you about a summertime pest that's impacting Oklahoma's sorghum crop. Sorghum producers are on the lookout for a new aphid moving north into the state. The sugarcane aphid is prolific and often devastating.
We have some insecticide plots down in Lane where we have an infestation that blew up from the Dallas area. Those plots averaged somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 aphids per plant. And they produce a lot of honeydew, which is a sticky substance. It's their waste material.
This material is a problem at harvest when it gums up machines, but that's not all.
If the aphids moved up and were feeding on the heads and got sticky substance on the heads, it couldn't separate the leaves from the grain enough, and they were actually physically losing grain on the ground. Some of the tests down in South Texas and Louisiana, they were seeing up to 40% yield loss just because they couldn't harvest it correctly or profitably.
While the sugarcane aphid is a new and growing problem, the yellow sugarcane aphid is a known insect in Oklahoma and not much of a concern this year. To the naked eye, these insects are nearly identical. Only under a microscope can you see how different they really are. Still, there are other clues to tell them apart.
If you have small colonies of 10 to 20 and they don't seem to be growing, very likely it's yellow sugarcane aphid. If they go from a few aphids to thousands within a week, you obviously have the other one.
It's what I call a second half aphid. It really takes off from the time the sorghum starts to head out or boot all the way through flowering, and it just explodes exponentially in its populations, and that's when you really have to watch it.
Scott Armstrong is a research entomologist with the USDA's Agricultural Research Service based in Stillwater. For years, he has investigated sorghum resistance to green bugs. Now his work is shifting to sugarcane aphids.
So we've been looking for host plant resistance. We've found good sources of resistance. And some of those sources that are green bug resistant are also sugarcane aphid resistant. So we've got a good one up on it. And what we need to do now is to get that into agronomically acceptable varieties that producers can grow.
But that is a long-term solution. Currently, the normal aphid insecticides have not proven useful against this pest.
That we actually asked for what we call an emergency exemption section 18 this year for a product called Transform that has been shown to be pretty effective in Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi for controlling these aphids.
Sorghum producers who find aphids should work with their county extension office to send samples to Oklahoma State's Plant Disease and Insect Diagnostic Laboratory to learn the most effective ways to treat them. One more word from our friends in the entomology department. Fall armyworms are showing up at levels we don't normally see this early in the year. Producers with grass and sorghum pastures should begin scouting now. To learn more about control guidelines for this pest, go to our website, sunup.okstate.edu, and look for Current Report CR 7193, Management of Insect Pests in Rangeland and Pasture.